Alright, so real quick, I'm back with another video. God telling me to make this video, so I just asked God to guide me. Divine Creator, guide my words. Protect my aura field, protect my energy as I get His message. Hopefully it inspires somebody, it touch somebody to, let them know that you still with them on that journey. But real quick, I gotta stay out of self. I gotta stay out of self. And when I say I gotta stay out of self, I be overthinking a lot. Being sober, I tend to overthink a lot. And I gotta realize that. Not saying there's no one overly thinking, but if I surrender to God and taking it one day at a time, I shouldn't have to overthink. So I really gotta stay calm and stay in alignment. And sometimes I can't help but to feel what's going on in the world. Because we all connected. You know what I'm saying? We all connected some way. We connected through the divine. So it's like I can feel when other people going through things, but I can't let other people, like influence me. I gotta stay in alignment. It's my journey. Everybody on their own journey. My journey different from yours. Your journey different from mine. I don't have the right to judge you, just like you don't have the right to judge me. I'm here to be on my temple, and it's just simple. So, and I gotta do it one day at a time. One day at a time, man. Because what I'm seeing is a lot of. I feel a lot of wicked energy. I feel a lot of that, and it's always been like that. I can't let it change who I am and how I move. I gotta stay true to me. I gotta walk in my truth, walk in my purpose. That way I can be authentically me, and by me being authentically me, that'll inspire you. It'll inspire somebody. I don't know how to be like nobody else. I'm a leader. So I just gotta stay out of myself, man. My thinking, all of that. Because this disease of addiction is very cunning, baffling, and powerful. And it talked to me in my own voice, for real. So I gotta know that. I gotta know that, okay, this thing is out to kill me. Okay? At the end of the day, the disease of addiction is out to take your life. And I always got to keep that in mind, so it's going to always disguise itself in people, places, and things. Okay, so I gotta pay attention to what I'm thinking about, and if I'm not thinking like that, what is that? Do I need to write that down and burn it? I have to get it out my head and put it on paper. And I gotta focus on what I need to do. It's so complicated right now, and it's because so much going on in the world, wars. Everybody is just chaos. But even in the midst of chaos, I still gotta stay calm. I gotta be at peace with myself. I gotta stay connected to source. No matter what's going on around me, I can't let that, interfere with my journey. I learned by going within. Sitting and meditating and going within and asking my divine creator for guidance. Guidance, guide me on this journey, guide my words, order my footsteps. I ask for forgiveness too. I forgive myself and I forgive others. Allow me to walk in the light. Allow me to be the light in the darkness. Allow me to see with my third eye. Because this is spiritual. It's 90% spiritual and 10% physical. So I gotta always keep that in mind. All right. And that's people I talk to, wherever I go, what am I doing, what am I watching, what am I listening to, what type of music I'm listening to. All these things play a key part. Because I know how Satan manipulates through the frequency to manipulate your energy. So it's so many things I guess what I'm feeling is technology. So it's so many things that's working against nature right now in the world. And my soul is letting me know, hey, remember who you are, okay? Just because they got the newest phone now, all this different type of gadgets and technology, my soul don't like technology, okay? But this is the world we're living in. So I gotta learn how to live with it, you know what I'm saying? And not be affected negatively by it. You know, I gotta protect myself spiritually, you know? I pray for a lot of people, man, that's going through things that, you know, you're homeless, you're going through things mentally, you're in a dark place right now, you know, you might be in addiction and you don't know how to ask for help. You know, you don't know how to, you know, you scared to tell somebody what you're going through because you're ashamed. But it ain't nothing to be ashamed about. That's what Satan wants. Satan wants you, you know, Satan wants you tired, lonely, angry, depressed, confused. If you find yourself feeling confused, that's not of God. God ain't gonna confuse you. God gonna bring clarity. You know, the devil gonna come to distract you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, God gonna show you the way. So I ask God to show me the way every single day. You know, when I get to feeling a certain type of way, what is that? What is causing me to feel this way? You know what I'm saying? Is that even my energy? Because you got people that can project energy to you. You know, it's we dealing with wickedness in high places and principalities. You know, we don't battle just against flesh and blood. Yeshua was telling us what to do. So I gotta listen to when Yeshua be telling me certain things. You know, it's for my good, and it's not for me. Like, you don't have to understand as long as I understand. Just like when you hear your gut feeling, trust your intuition. You know, that's God talking to you. If you gotta question it or second guess it, you don't need to be doing it. You know, I stopped doing the things I don't need to be doing today because my conscience used to eat me up. You know, so I thank God for a peace of mind. I'm free today. I'm not enslaved by my thinking today. You know, because it'll have you feeling like you in a cage in your mind. You know, that's purgatory. You know, I thank God for delivering me. You know, so I can go back in the fire and pull some others out and let you know, hey, you're not alone. Like, okay, you know, it's true. Nobody's coming to save you. You gotta save yourself. You gotta realize that God gave you free will. Okay, and God is not gonna turn you around when you ask for help. God gonna always be there for you. All you gotta do is say, God, take this from me right now. Take this from me. I don't want to live like this no more. Show me the way. I don't know what else to do. Show me what I need to do. You'll be surprised at what happens. God probably working through me. God is working through me in this video to whoever watching this. I'm not making this video to get no kudos and points and, you know, likes and shares. And like, I literally made this because God told me to. I sit and I talk with God all day. Okay? This ain't for me. This for you. I understand what you're going through. I understand. I feel your pain. You know, you can be happy one minute, next minute you sad and depressed. You don't know why you feel like that. Okay? That's Satan. I'm telling you. Ask God to give you the guidance and the strength. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for the day. I got to stay sober just for the day. You know, just for the day. Because I know if I'm not working on this disease working on me. So I got to always put in the work. You know, and be honest, open-minded, and willing. You know, God give me a open mind so I can have a new experience. You know, so I can be able to receive the information. I can't receive it if I got a closed mind. Okay? Allow me to not judge others and observe myself having a human experience. You know, I have to observe my thoughts today. You know, and it has helped me. Allow me to pause for the cause before I react. It's 3 R's. Because if I react, that's gonna lead to a reservation. And then a reservation gonna lead to a relapse. So I can prevent all of that just by pausing for the cause. You know? And God, okay. God, I don't like this feeling. Take it away from me. Show me the way. God gonna redirect you every time. Somebody gonna come in your life. It's gonna be something you need to hear right now, and God gonna tell you now is the time to go. I don't know what that means. God just told me that right now. Now is the time to go. You okay? You will be okay. Trust God, and God gonna show you.